The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio.
Whoa! What happened to the song? I'm going to start it again. I'm sorry.
Oh, God, Brian.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
I
It
hope
would be kind of funny. What if that's how they fired us?
they turned the song
They
off.
just literally turned everything off.
Boom!
Honestly, my biggest complaint about that would be you made me come all the way in.
That's it. That'd be your biggest
Yeah,
complaint.
you owe me money for today. I didn't finish the show, but you owe me money.
No future employment, no income coming in, no health insurance, no anything. It'll
But
just
I'd be really pissy about the timing.
I just drove 40 miles in. You could have turned off the station a half hour
printed
earlier.
off the sheet I have to do for work. There's so many things.
Yeah.
You'd have done it earlier.
Yep. Case, we're still good, right? That wasn't them turning us off, right?
I have some bad news for you, Brian.
It's
No,
now
because
the-
hold on.
Hey, welcome to the Case Show.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? It's
No,
Case,
I
and
mean-
the Case and the dog.
I look, I'm locked in here. If you guys go, I'm walking.
Oh, that's good. That's we're
He
all in this
just means
together.
because there's not going to be a morning show to produce. He would
Yeah.
stay if they hired him for something else.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I like working with Brian so much. I don't think I could work with anybody else.
What is that supposed to mean? Just because of Brian?
No, I've just been with Brian for a long time. But Kenzie, I like you too.
You didn't even mention me.
Well,
I'm half the show.
I know, and you're a big half of it too.
Is it bad?
I've been with Brian through thick and thin many years now.
Yeah. How about
Brian
that?
just called me, or Case just called me fat and admitted he preferred Brian.
Wait, I didn't hear fat anywhere.
He said I'm a big part of the show.
Oh yeah. I think that's about what he said. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm walking
There is something.
slowly, but still.
I'm hobbling out of here.
There is
dare you.
there is something funny that happened yesterday on the show where we had a technical problem in the 5 o'clock hour, and the station went off the air for about 10 seconds. And
Was it a technical problem or was it a you problem because you didn't push the right button?
sometimes there's user error involved with tech because tech
Yeah.
doesn't know how to keep up with me. I'm too fast.
That's what it is.
That's what it was. So the big guy, the new boss, texts me and Case and said, like, hey, is everything okay with the radio station? He gets alerts when something like that happens. And we said, no, it's all good. It's fine now. We just had a little 10-second glitch there. And Kenzie comes in and goes, you see? She wasn't included on the thread, and she goes, this is the benefit of keeping a low profile.
Yep.
You don't get on these texts.
Here you are. So the break that Brian does at 5:30 isn't mandatory. It's just by choice.
Well,
And
I
it's
talk to the
not.
people. I want to talk to the people in the 5 o'clock hour.
You're like, I'm gonna drive traffic. See where extra effort gets you. Now you're in trouble. You ruined the station.
If I just didn't do that, so you're saying at work, keep a low profile.
I like, I'm a low rider, baby.
Under the radar.
Yes.
Just do that. That's
I learned the hard way. I used to come up with so many ideas, and then guess what? When they don't like those ideas, guess who gets in trouble? And you're like, I was just trying to participate. I just mind my business.
so it's better to offer, not everything out there to put a target on your back. Just go low.
Oh,
And,
trust me. It's been hunting season on my ass before at work, and I don't participate anymore.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Yeah.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and coming up in a fact that makes your brain go. I want you to sit and think for 1 second when I say this, the first thing that comes into your mind. What is Illinois number one in? Now, text in your answer. We'll give you the complete answer that I guarantee no one is going to get this. But I want your guesses. I want to just see what will you
Better
think
not
of.
be football.
Football? No, it's not football. Like, what would you think off the top of your head, Kenzie? Like, say, Illinois is number one in.
Hot dog consumption.
That's a really good guess. It's a really good
Probably.
guess. That's not where we're going with this one.
No.
Not it. Nope. Number one in something that I would just love to hear your answers on this at 312-591-8300 in the text line. And then we'll let you know what it is at 6:30. It is going to blow your mind. Because I don't think you would think that we're number one in this. Already coming in, corruption. Illinois is pretty good at corruption. We're pretty good at it. Pretty good. Taxes, yeah, not taxes. I'll just give you some so we get them out of the way. Pizza. No, we're not number one in pizza. Rats. James texted in. Rats. There are a lot. Road construction. Governors in jail. Nope, not those.
I can't lie. It's not a very positive list.
It could be positive. I didn't really say that. It could be a positive thing that we're number one in as well. But text in 312-591-8300, and we'll tell you what it is at 6:30.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, time for a fact that makes your brain just go, there we go. With Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Wow.
Yeah, tech problems. Problems.
You always say tech problems when you mess up.
Well, I pushed the button. It didn't go. See, watch. I'll try right now. There we go. Worked out nicely that time.
Because you pushed it.
Yeah, well, I pushed it before, too. Listen, here we go.
All right.
A fact that makes your brain go. Illinois is number one in something that I don't think everybody can guess, and they haven't so far.
No one has guessed it.
No one's guessed it.
Because I'm responding to everyone's text. No one has guessed it. I'd like to point out
Yes.
that you can tell it's a Wednesday, which is usually many companies mandatory. You have to come on into work 1 day a week.
Yeah.
And everyone's in a negative mood because everyone's guess was obesity, murder, taxes, traffic. I said hot dogs.
Yeah, you're in a good mood.
Mine was like Bappier. I'm like, ooh, delicious dogs.
Yeah. Well, you come in every day. That's right. Some people have to go into work on a day
So
when
if
there's lots of.
anybody has the biggest right to be miserable, it's me.
Yeah, exactly.
How dare you?
And we
with
feel
your
for you.
Wednesday flex schedule
So
full
much.
of anger. My mom does that. She only has to go on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And she gets really bitchy if there's not free food when she goes in the 1 day a week.
What have we become?
And I go, Mom, as I'm like driving to work at 3:15, she's like, okay, fair point.
So like some kind of sterno things up there, a buffet set up when I get in every Wednesday. It'd be great.
I know. I would love a snack. But go ahead, anyways.
There's other interesting ones like soybeans. Didn't know we were number one in soybeans. Not true. Bars, just bars in the state. Apparently Illinois might be number one in that, but not really.
I would think New York probably has the most bars.
Yeah, but I guess maybe Illinois because of like downstate with the college. Although I guess in New York there's some college towns
There's a couple
too.
colleges in New York.
A few college towns out there. Potholes, a big guess too. None of those are right. So Illinois is number one, and thank you for all your guesses. Here's the payoff for you. Illinois is number one. And I told you wouldn't get this. In flat Earth conspiracy theorists. That's what Illinois is number one in. That's it.
So weird. Do you think it's because it's not very mountainy here?
It is pretty flat.
Like, if you're in Utah, you're like, I don't think it's flat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You can kind of see it up on a mountain and kind of see the curvature of the earth a little bit at night. I've been there, the Rocky Mountains. You ever been there and seen it? And you kind of see the curve. It's wild.
I don't know. I see curves in like roads. And I'm like, that's not straight.
So if a road can curve, so can the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there are more searches and conversation online coming out of Illinois after Google Analytics went through it than any other state that we believe that the earth is flat. Now, I don't. I'm a space guy. I see the moon's round. I assume the earth's round too. You know what I mean?
What do you mean you're a space guy? I don't think the theory is there's not space.
I'm saying that I'm into space and science. I've seen, I'm big into NASA, and I believe the pictures that the earth is round. I mean, some people, that's what the flat earth period, they believe it's all a conspiracy by the government and NASA. We never landed on the moon.
I'm all for the fact that I think the government lies about everything. Listen, I'm all about it.
Sure.
I will sign up all day long, down with them. But my thing is I don't see the gain. I don't see the gain in flat earth versus round earth. Who cares what shape they picked?
Well,
I don't care.
I think also that goes to the add-on of conspiracy theorists, which I love a good conspiracy theory. I love them.
Me
But
too.
it puts a chip in that you're not being told the truth on like other things too. So they're lying to us about the earth being round. And I'd like to get a flat earth truther on the air, by the way, at 312-591-8300. And how you got there and why you believe it and sell us on it. I'll buy it.
I gotta be honest, I don't care what we're shaped like.
Yeah, give me a good argument.
I still have to go to work.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, finally, we know it's flat. I'm like, I'm still driving in. Traffic's horrible. I don't know.
Yeah. And the Cubs lost too, so the
Yeah.
news would just go right along.
We could be an octagon. I don't care.
Yeah. I kind of like and I feel content that I know or at least believe the earth is round. It's one of those things I go, okay, at least the earth's round this morning. I mean, I feel like
Oh,
crap.
that way it makes you feel good?
Yeah, I mean, the baby had me up all night coughing, but hey, the earth's round. so I can go forward. The sun's going to set, and we're all going to live. It's going to be fine.
On this round ass earth.
But I check in with either that, I'd love to find a flat earther, or just a conspiracy theory that you totally buy into. Sell us on yours. For example, I have believed since the beginning of time that direct deposit, that they are taking a penny out of all of our paychecks and doing something with that money. Every corporation, I was the last one of anybody I know to fully go in on direct deposit. I used to like getting my paychecks in a check and go to the bank and put them in. Now, of course, you can use the apps to put a check in that way too. I'd prefer to get my check in. I'd like to get my check in cash, actually. That'd be nice every couple weeks. I want to see all the money that I've worked for.
No.
I want to see it.
I don't even know what to do with cash. I get nervous.
Well,
I get nervous. It's like the wind's going to blow. Every time I'm holding money, I'm like, put it away, put it away, put it away.
Picture being like Pablo Escobar at your house in Elgin, and every day just come home and take that cash every 2 weeks, just throw it in a room. And then there's all this cash. Looks like a drug dealer.
Imagine how scared you would be if what you do with your money is like line the walls with it, and then a tornado comes.
Ugh. Yeah, there is that problem too.
Imagine that.
But
no, thank you.
But I do really believe that we're not getting all of our money since the direct deposit system took place, many years ago. But a penny here, it's the Office Space theory. I get it in the movie when they pull the scam off to do that, take a little money out.
You know what I'm always like really paranoid about? This is probably pretty personal. This is a very personal conspiracy.
Yeah.
I have the fear every single day I have to rationalize myself that I'm pregnant, not just getting fat.
Wow.
Every day. I'm like, and I literally have to rationalize it. I'm like, okay, I've seen more than one doctor. I've had more than one ultrasound. I'm so scared they're going to be like, oh, that was just your heartbeat. Oh my God, you're getting so much. Like, I don't know. I'm like, my stomach, like, it's bigger, but it's hard. It's not like a muffin top. Like, I know what happens when I give it. I literally have to rationalize to myself, like, no, I know I'm pregnant. I have to stop worrying about this. I'm not just like, it'd be so embarrassing. I built like a nursery and like I really just need Weight Watchers. Like that sucks.
Now in your head, is this a mistake or it's a plot against you?
It would just be like such a nightmare. I've shared it with everybody and I'm just overweight. Like that's like, oh, come on.
They're going, we take one pregnant woman, or at least allegedly pregnant woman, out of 1,000 every year and mess with her and troll her.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why. I don't think anyone has anything against me. I just think it's going to be one big mistake. And it's going to be so embarrassing.
Well, you see, you have the pictures of the baby in your stomach from ultrasounds.
Yes.
And we have pictures from satellites of the Earth being round. You don't believe those? And our flat earthers in Illinois don't believe the Earth is round either.
I guess.
I love how somebody texted in 630. No, do not talk to the flat earthers. They don't deserve any time. This is not what we need on the show. I just like to talk to somebody that believes the Earth is flat. I don't know.
It would be interesting because I still don't get the benefit.
Well,
that's my issue.
I think again, it goes back to, let's say, the JFK assassination or 9/11, or it's a constant belief that you're not being told the truth by the authorities, and I think that's where it comes from in the flat earthers and like all those other conspiracies too. I've dived into everything with the JFK assassination and 9/11, and and
you don't believe a conspiracy on either of them?
I believe a conspiracy in the JFK assassination. I don't believe
What's the JFK assassination conspiracy?
That the government killed him. And it wasn't just a random lone gunman theory that he was a guy that just shot Kennedy. It was more that it was our government took him out so they could keep the Vietnam War going. And then keep that war machine going of all the money, the military-industrial complex.
I just want to know how difficult that is to pitch. Like that idea. You call a board meeting and you're like, okay.
Here's what we're going to do.
Everyone in this room wants the war. Let's how you storyboard ideas? I'm curious of how when people have these conspiracy theories, like how does that really come to fruition? Because if anybody in that room is not on board, I would imagine that's a very negative meeting.
Yeah. Guys, today's meeting is going to be a little long. Yeah. Everybody settle in because I'm going to tell you how
Everyone come up with one idea for how to keep the war going.
Let's see. We could have food trucks get out there to help the soldiers want to stay there longer. We could put that one in. Mm-hmm. Or we could
get people they always get celebrities to go sing like the national anthem and stuff.
Sure. Or we could just take out the president who wants to end the war and keep it going.
Could you imagine when somebody suggested it and they were like, everyone thought it was kind of a good idea. I was like, is this a test?
And yeah, in all those meetings that you guys go to, and there's someone that says a crazy idea, and then you look at the boss's face, and when the boss says, well, now we're getting somewhere. That's a great idea, Bob. Thanks for bringing that up. Or they go, yeah, let's move on. No bad ideas here today. No bad ideas, they always say in brainstorming meetings.
That when someone suggested the assassination, they go back. This is a safe place for ideas.
Anybody can contribute. Come in here and keep it going. So that's that one. But, if you have that conspiracy theory you fully believe and you want to sell us on it, 312-591-8300. We're here for you to get it out there. We're giving you a platform, actually. And we're not going to call you crazy. It's a safe place. It's open brainstorming right now with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. If you sell us on it properly, hey, we'll talk about it.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And, listen, we got a lot of calls, 1,000 texts, but no flat earthers wanted to come on and defend their theory on the air, even though Illinois is the fact today, was that Illinois has more flat earth conspirators than any other state in the land, which I found weird, but Kenzie made a good point. Because one of the flattest states. So you just think it keeps going flat. I mean, you got to go to Alpine Valley where we have Noah Khan tickets coming up at 8 to just see a hill. It's kind of rough.
Right. And it could be a little hill in all flat earth, I suppose.
There could be a hill or two.
Someone said that on the iPhone, the emoji's round, so it must be round.
Very fair.
Very fair.
Apple would know.
Yep.
But people get into the moon landing not being real because we never went back. We went several times, but now it's been almost, 50 years since we went to the moon and had a man on there. And was it easier to fool people pre-social media, pre-internet, that we went to the moon or not? There's a great movie, movie.
Well, they say that we didn't actually. The conspiracy theorists, not like we.
Yeah.
Say that we didn't go to the moon. It was just filmed at like a studio.
Yes. And there's a movie called Capricorn 1 where it's an old movie, but a pretty good movie, where they were going to go to Mars. And then they figured out they couldn't do it. So they told the astronauts they were going to fake it. And they went along with it, but then they wanted to let it out to the news. And then they started killing all the astronauts. NASA did.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
what if I would have wanted to see that?
No, would you really have watched Capricorn 1?
Maybe, if you would have sold it.
Damn. Well, that's not the whole thing. There's a plot twist at the end.
Are you going to just say what it is? I thought you were like, and the plot twist is.
No, I'm not going to say it. So that way you still might watch it if you can.
Okay.
Go back and find it on Netflix, Capricorn 1. Good movie. Well, there you go. Your conspiracy theories coming in. But no one wants to defend the flat earth. So maybe that fact, that people just go online and talk about it. They don't want to talk about it on a platform that was given to them. So therefore, the earth is round. We can all admit that if no one wants to sell me on it, then it's round.
I think that you should stick with that unless, really shown otherwise.
Otherwise.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the lesson for today with Brian and Kenzie. That should be your takeaway later on. Remember, we do have those Noah Khan tickets coming up, but also coming up in Clash with Kenzie, John Mulaney tickets. So a lot coming up in the next half hour for you, Brian and Kenzie.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Is it possible to say that Illinois and Chicagoland sports got worse in the last 12 hours? After all the Bears talk, after everything that happened in the beginning of the week, we thought everything was going to be glorious, and we're in the final push with the Cubs. Well, we'll talk about it coming up here at 7 when we get to sports. Brian and Kenzie on Q101. First, it's Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Shakira has been charged with tax evasion again. Her hips don't lie, but apparently her accountant does. Rolls-Royce is discontinuing gas-powered vehicles. From now on, their cars will run exclusively on the tears of the poor. Sheep in Greece wandered into a greenhouse and ate 600 pounds of marijuana plants. Their reggae album drops next week. Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend says he's a cheater. He denies it. I guess we'll find out the truth when Taylor Swift's next album comes out. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.